there, and welcome back. Before we get into it, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments where and what time you're tuning in from right now. Okay, ready? Good. The year is 2142. You wake up in the middle of a jagged symphony of impact, here, deep within what we know as Chichén Itzá, in the humid embrace of the Yucatán jungle. One moment, you're drifting through the silent void. The next, a cataclysmic shudder rips through your entire being. A deafening crash. It's less a sound and more a brutal physical assault. A jarring blow that rattles every circuit, every fiber of your advanced suit. You feel the gut-wrenching spin, the sickening tumble, metal scraping violently against something unyielding. Your internal gyros scream in protest, unable to stabilize. Then comes the shriek. A high-pitched metallic howl of stressed alloys twisting, tearing, giving way. It grates against your auditory sensors, a raw, primal scream that echoes the damage being inflicted upon your very shell. You're flung, tossed, and then suddenly, brutally, you stop. Impact. The world goes black for a fleeting, agonizing second. When your vision flickers back, it's not the familiar starry expanse. Instead, an oppressive heat immediately presses in, thick and heavy, like a suffocating blanket. It's not the dry heat of space, but a humid, almost wet warmth that seeps into every crevice, making your systems labor. A strange, earthy scent assaults your olfactory sensors, rich and damp, unlike anything you've ever registered. It smells of decay, of lush vegetation, of ancient, unknown soil. It's the humid earth scent of the unknown, musky and alien. You lie there, prone, the metallic tang of ozone heavy in the air, a stark contrast to the verdant, damp odor. Your armor groans, venting steam, small sparks crackling somewhere near your left shoulder plate. You try to move, to push yourself up, but a dull, persistent ache pulses through your entire frame, originating from everywhere and nowhere all at once. The ground beneath you feels surprisingly soft, yet firm, covered in loose debris that crunches faintly with your slightest shift. You feel moisture seeping through the under layers of your suit, cool and strangely invigorating against the oppressive warmth. This place, it's entirely new. No familiar star charts, no data logs for this specific atmospheric composition. Just the persistent thrum of damaged machinery and the heavy, humid silence of an alien world. You know, in that moment, that survival isn't just an objective, it's the only option. To lie here is to invite the unknown. To move is to face it head on. There's a quiet defiance in the body's will to keep fighting, even when everything screams for you to just stop. It's a remarkable thing, this instinct. You push against the soft earth. A fresh wave of aches rippling through your frame. The metallic shriek of stressed alloys echoes again as you strain, each movement a laborious effort. Above you, the dense, breathing foliage presses in, a towering canopy of greens and browns that blots out the sky, making the air even heavier, trapping the heat and the damp, earthy scent. It feels less like a forest, and more like a colossal living wall, ready to swallow everything whole. Vines, thick as your arm, snake around what's left of your hull, already beginning their slow, relentless reclamation. Your suit's internal sensors flicker wildly. Your visor, usually a beacon of clear data, is a frustrating mess of static and fractured readings. Critical system warnings flash in angry red, but the detailed diagnostics are largely corrupted, fragmented code dancing across the edges of your vision. You try to recalibrate, to sweep for local atmospheric compounds, for any sign of fauna or flora, but the data feed is corrupted, jumping between faint signals and total blackout. It's like trying to navigate a blinding fog with a broken compass, breeding a chilling, static fear deep within your core. Then you hear it, a hum. Not mechanical, not the frantic buzz of insects you might expect from such dense vegetation. This is deeper, more resonant. A low, guttural thrum that vibrates through your very bones, a chorus of unknown life that seems to emanate from the ground beneath you, from the immense trees that loom over your wreckage, from the very air itself. It's omnipresent, a deep, living drone that envelops your damaged ship, making the twisted metal hum in sympathy. It's alien, profound, and utterly overwhelming. You try to pinpoint its source, turning your head slowly, painfully, but the sound seems to come from everywhere at once, a biological symphony of this strange, alien world. Your environmental scans, though largely dysfunctional, pick up a massive concentration of chlorophyll, an incredible density of organic matter all around you, breathing and swaying with an unseen rhythm. You can almost feel the jungle itself responding to that hum, a giant, unseen pulse resonating through everything. The wreckage of your ship, once a symbol of your journey through the stars, is now a crumpled shell being steadily absorbed by this vibrant, pulsing green. You are a trespasser, an anomaly, slowly being integrated into its rhythm. This pervasive hum, this static fear, this complete lack of reliable information, it forces a deep, primal shift. It's not about finding a way out anymore. It's about understanding the current breath, the immediate vibration, and what it means for the next step. It's amazing how quickly the grand scope of the universe can shrink down to the immediate, humid reality. Pressing in around you, you push forward. Each movement of your power suit still stiff, protesting, but you manage to navigate through a final, dense curtain of vines. The air immediately shifts. Gone is the suffocating humidity, replaced by a sudden parched dryness that makes your internal atmospheric regulators work differently, filtering a fine, almost imperceptible grit. You can almost taste it, this ancient dust, a mineral tang that clings to the air, subtly different from the organic dampness of the jungle you just fought through. It's a taste of millennia, of sun-baked stone and forgotten time. Beneath your metallic boots, the ground is no longer soft earth and decaying leaves. Instead, you feel the gritty crunch of crumbling limestone underfoot. Each step sends up tiny clouds of pale, chalky dust that swirl around your ankles before settling again. It's hard, uneven, a mosaic of broken fragments and larger, worn blocks that speak of immense age and countless footsteps that aren't yours. The surface radiates residual heat from the sun, even through your thick soles, a constant reminder of the intense solar energy beating down on this place. You emerge into a vast, open expanse, and what you see steals any breath you might have had. Looming before you, piercing the shockingly blue sky, are colossal structures. Pyramids, not the sleek utilitarian lines of interstellar constructs, but massive, stepped monuments of pale stone, scarred by time and weather. They stand with a silent grandeur that feels almost alive, their sun-baked surfaces glinting, casting long, stark shadows that stretch across the plazas. They feel immense, eternal, like mountains shaped by unseen hands. The silence here is profound, a heavy, reverent hush, broken only by the faint whir of your suit's cooling systems and the distant, muted drone of the jungle you've left behind. It's a stark contrast to the absolute, chilling vacuum of space you're used to, where silence is the absence of everything. Here the silence is full, imbued with history, with the weight of these impossible structures. You reach out, your metallic fingers brushing against a weathered stone block. It's rough, warm, and surprisingly sharp in places, crumbling ever so slightly at your touch. The sheer permanence of it, built by hands that vanished eons ago, makes your advanced technology feel fragile, ephemeral. This place isn't just old, it's ancient in a way that resonates beyond data logs. It makes you realize how utterly fleeting even the grandest voyages can be, how quickly the universe can swallow your journey and place you somewhere wholly unexpected, amidst monuments that have outlasted empires and stars alike. You move closer to the shadowed face of the nearest colossal structure, stepping out of the harsh sunlight. The air here is immediately cooler, a welcome reprieve, making your suit's internal regulators hum with less effort. You reach out, metallic fingertips extending, brushing against the rough, yet intricately carved stone. It feels cool, almost damp to the touch, a stark contrast to the sun-baked surfaces just moments ago. Your sensitive fingertips trace the patterns, following lines that spiral and intertwine, forming shapes both alien and strangely familiar. Glyphs, deep-set and worn smooth by centuries, depict figures with elaborate headwear, reptilian creatures, and symbols you've never encountered in any galactic database. Each groove, each raised edge, tells a story you can't decipher, a language lost to time. As you explore these tactile mysteries, a subtle scent enters your suit's filtered air. It's a blend you're beginning to associate with this place, the mineral tang of damp stone, deep and earthy, layered with the fainter, sweet decay of vegetation. Mosses and small, resilient ferns cling to the cooler, shaded portions of the wall, their life adding to the ancient perfume of the ruins. The air here, in the shadow, is thicker, heavier, carrying the weight of ages. It feels as if the very stone is breathing out its long-held secrets. You peer closer at a particularly elaborate section, where a relief depicts what looks like a procession, figures marching towards a central, unidentifiable object. The artistry is undeniable, the skill immense, yet the meaning remains elusive. It sparks a deep sense of forgotten purpose. What grand rituals unfolded here? What beliefs fueled the construction of these monumental works? Your advanced suit, designed for exploration and combat across countless worlds, offers no context for this antiquity. It's a profound void in your knowledge, a testament to a civilization that rose and fell without ever touching the stars, yet built something enduring enough to challenge your own sense of permanence. The longer you stand here, surrounded by these silent, carved narratives, the more you feel the immense passage of time. It's not just stone you're touching, it's the solidified dreams and beliefs of a people. You realize that even with all your technology, there are some stories that can only be felt, not scanned. Some truths remain whispered secrets, held within the very fabric of the world itself. It makes you wonder how many histories truly lie beyond the grasp of even the most sophisticated archives. The rhythmic pulse of a low-energy warning has become your constant companion, a nagging beep that has gone from a minor alert to an insistent, desperate hum. It started subtly, a barely noticeable thrum deep within your power suit's systems, but now it's a pervasive, high-pitched whine that pierces through every other sound, a constant reminder of dwindling reserves. Your visor flickers with a persistent red icon, overlaid on your vision, mocking every step you take through the ancient plazas. Each movement you make feels heavier now. The fluid grace you once commanded is gone, replaced by a sluggish, almost cumbersome effort. Your suit, usually an extension of yourself, feels like an increasing weight, a leaden shell dragging you down. You feel the strain in your core systems, translating directly into physical exhaustion. Lifting your arm cannon feels like hoisting a stone pillar. Pushing off the crumbling limestone ground for a jump, even a small one, requires a conscious, painful surge of effort that drains a visible percentage from your rapidly depleting energy bar. The heavy, warm air of Chichén Itzá, once merely uncomfortable, now feels suffocating, as your environmental regulators struggle to maintain optimal internal temperature with less power. A metallic tang has settled on your tongue, a sharp, coppery taste that isn't from any external source. It's the taste of your own body pushing past its limits, amplified by the suit's internal monitors, a raw flavor of fear and fatigue. Every strained breath, every slow, deliberate step towards an uncertain future is accompanied by this bitter reminder of your vulnerability. The once mighty pyramids, which before held a silent grandeur, now loom with an indifferent, almost oppressive presence, their ancient stone basking in the sun while your advanced technology falters. You try to activate your scan visor, hoping for some energy signature, anything, but the display is laggy, pixelated, barely able to process the raw data. The energy hum isn't just a sound, it's a draining vibration that resonates through your entire being, both machine and biological, a desperate call from a system on the brink. You find yourself focusing solely on the next step, the next breath, the next flickering moment, before the power inevitably gives out. It's an odd thing, to be so advanced, so powerful, yet reduced to this primal struggle for mere function. The universe doesn't care about your technology. It only responds to your will to persist. You plunge back into the verdant labyrinth, the sun-baked dust of the pyramids giving way to a sudden, almost suffocating humidity. As you push through the first wall of tangled vines, a new set of sounds greets you, the constant, rhythmic pulse of your low-energy warning, now joined by a chorus of unseen life. It's the rustle of unseen creatures, a dry crackle in the undergrowth to your left, a quick scurry behind you that makes you instinctively flinch. Something slithers in the shadowy depths of the foliage, brushing against heavy leaves with a soft, persistent whisper. Your damaged suit struggles to identify the sources, giving you only vague, pixelated shapes on your failing sensor display. Your arm cannon, once a weapon of formidable power, feels heavy and inert as you try to scan. You are on a desperate search for any residual power signature, any faint energy packet, a stray capacitor, even an anomalous mineral deposit that might offer a temporary charge. Anything to stem the relentless drain on your core systems. You sweep your limited-range sensor, your visor flickering with increasing static, attempting to pierce the dense biological clutter. But all you get back is a frustrating blank, where the overwhelming, undifferentiated energy signature of the jungle itself, green and indifferent. The constant hum of your low-power warning drills into your consciousness, a cruel reminder of your failing state. Each step is a physical battle. Thick, rope-like jungle vines snag at your armored legs, wrapping around your boots with a sticky, tenacious resistance. They cling, they drag, they try to trip you. You have to actively kick them away, or use the last remnants of your arm strength to chop through them with a dull, sparking bladed attachment, each swing a costly expenditure of energy. The air is thick, the earthy scent of decay now laced with something sharper, perhaps the scent of agitated fauna. This verdant labyrinth seems determined to consume you, to absorb your alien technology into its own ancient organic processes. You push forward, your breath coming in labored puffs inside your helmet, the metallic taste of fatigue now a permanent resident on your tongue. The physical exertion, the constant vigilance for unseen threats, and the dwindling power all coalesce into a profound sense of desperation. You realize in this moment that power isn't just about firepower or speed, it's about the very ability to interact with the world around you, to sustain yourself. And without it, even the most advanced warrior is reduced to a fragile, struggling existence. You descend deeper into a newly discovered passage, a narrow crack in the ancient stone swallowed by the jungle. The transition is abrupt, almost shocking. The oppressive humidity and heat of the surface vanish, replaced by a sudden, profound drop in temperature. It's a chill that seeps into your suit, making the air around you feel almost crisp, a welcome relief for your overheating systems, yet unnerving in its intensity. Your internal environmental regulators quickly adjust, but the lingering coolness suggests a vast, subterranean world. The darkness here is absolute, an inky black that presses in, broken only by the dim, flickering emergency lights on your visor. Without the sun's glare, your vision struggles to adapt, revealing only indistinct shapes and shadows. But sound, here, takes precedence. The first thing you register is the echoing drip of water. A single drop, then another, then a chorus of them, hitting unseen surfaces with soft, resonant plinks and splashes. The sound reverberates through the cavernous space, amplified by the natural acoustics, creating a rhythm that is both hypnotic and strangely unsettling. It's the pulse of the underground, slow and steady, marking the passage of time in an entirely different way. This is the profound silence of the underground, a deep quiet that swallows every external noise, leaving only the internal workings of your damaged suit and the subtle sounds of this new environment. The low-energy warning, which has been your constant companion, now feels even more intrusive, a jarring mechanical hum against the natural symphony of drips. And then there's your own breathing. Each inhale and exhale, usually imperceptible, is now amplified within your helmet, sounding labored, heavy. You hear the rasp of air, the subtle click of your jaw, the faint rush of blood in your ears. It's a raw, intimate sound, a stark reminder of the vulnerable biological core within the armored shell. You reach out a hand, your metallic fingers brushing against a slick, uneven rock face. It's cold and damp, covered in a fine layer of mineral deposit that feels powdery under your touch. The air carries a faint, earthy scent, laced with something metallic and fresh, like rain on stone. You feel the weight of countless tons of earth above you, a silent, ancient pressure. This descent isn't just a change in environment. It's a journey into a different kind of existence, where the world is shaped by darkness, water, and time, completely indifferent to the struggles of anything that breathes. It makes you realize how utterly small and temporary even the most technologically advanced life can be. When faced with the raw, unchanging power of the planet, you push past the final slick stone archway, the air thick with mineral scents, and then the path drops sharply, leading you to an unexpected precipice. Below you, illuminated by a single, impossible shaft of light from an unseen opening high above, lies a vast, circular pool of water. It's a cenote, an underground lake, and its surface shimmers with an almost magical glow, reflecting distorted shapes of jagged rock formations and ancient vines that dangle into the emerald abyss. The light dances, broken and refracted, painting ghostly, wavering images across the cavern walls. It's a hypnotic, ethereal display, making the mundane feel profoundly alien. You approach the edge, the low-energy hum of your suit, a stark contrast to the reverent quiet of this sacred space. The light here isn't direct, but diffuse, absorbed and re-emitted by the incredibly clear water, casting everything in shades of deep green and sapphire. You can see surprisingly far down, the light piercing the first few dozen meters, revealing submerged stalactites and the faint outlines of what might be ancient, weathered structures at the bottom. But then, abruptly, it vanishes into an impenetrable blackness, a true abyss that seems to swallow all light and hope. You step into the cool liquid, the surface breaking with a soft hiss against your lower armor plates. The water immediately presses against your visor, a cool, alien sensation that your suit wasn't designed for. It's dense, heavier than any liquid you've moved through before, and it clings to the smooth surface of your helmet, blurring your vision slightly. Your environmental seals hold, but you feel the subtle, insistent pressure against the glass, a constant, chilling reminder of the barrier between you and this strange liquid world. Your breath, still labored, echoes louder in your helmet as you feel the depth beneath you, an immense, unseen volume of water waiting to embrace you. The reflection of your own form, stretched and rippling on the surface as you entered, quickly dissipates, leaving you with just the vague, dancing shapes of the rock formations around you, twisting into grotesque, fleeting visages in the emerald glow. A primal fear of the unknown begins to prickle at the edges of your resolve. What lies beneath that dark surface, in the parts of the cenote where even the strongest light cannot reach? Your compromised sensors offer no comfort, struggling to pierce the watery veil. The sheer depth, the cold pressure, the unreadable shadows. It forces a visceral understanding of vulnerability, a chilling reminder that some mysteries demand respect, even from the most advanced. You emerge from the cool, damp embrace of the cenote, the chill quickly giving way to the surface's oppressive heat. But this isn't just heat. It's a suffocating wall of sound. A relentless, high-pitched hum immediately envelops you, a buzzing veil that presses in from every direction. It's the sound of countless tiny wings, an invisible cloud of life, so dense it feels like a physical force. It drills into your auditory sensors, a maddening, persistent drone that overrides all other sounds, even the faint, desperate hum of your own low-energy warning. You can almost feel the air vibrating with their frenetic energy. Then comes the attack. A sharp prickle, almost like tiny electrical shocks, begins to pepper your suit. It starts subtly, a fleeting irritation on an armored plate, but quickly escalates. You feel distinct, stinging bites, not powerful enough to pierce your primary armor, but finding purchase in the minute, cracks and compromised seals left by your crash. They seek out the exposed joints, the tiny ventilation grills, the microscopic gaps in your helmet's plating. Each prick is a jolt, a sudden, irritating jab that pulls your attention. It's not a single, powerful enemy, but an overwhelming, swarming multitude, relentless in their assault. Your sensors, already struggling, can barely resolve them, showing only a chaotic, shifting mass of infinitesimal blips. The humid air, already heavy, feels even thicker now, almost viscous, with the added weight of these buzzing assailants. The scent of decay, a familiar companion from the jungle, is now more intense, mingled with the damp earth and something acrid, perhaps the biological signature of the swarms themselves, or the faint, metallic tang of your own rising irritation. You swipe instinctively, a powerful, armored arm cutting through the air, but you grasp nothing. The assailants are too numerous, too small, too agile, merely dispersing for a moment before reforming their buzzing, stinging cloud around you. You try to move faster, to find shelter, but every step is a renewed assault. The sheer number of them, their persistent, irritating stings, begins to wear down your composure, an unfamiliar vulnerability to such insignificant life forms. It forces a realization. Power isn't just about dealing with the big threats. Sometimes the most persistent, maddening challenge comes from the smallest, most numerous things that simply refuse to give up. This constant buzzing irritation, it's a different kind of pain, a reminder that even the most formidable warrior can be undone by a million tiny, relentless jabs. The relentless hum of insects still drills at your helmet, a buzzing veil that continues to press in, but suddenly a different kind of sensation cuts through the irritation. There, in the dense, shadowy undergrowth, 2 points of light flash into existence. Not the reflected glint of dew on leaves, but distinct, focused eyes. They glow with an eerie, predatory intelligence, a feral amber that fixes on you, piercing through the dimness of the jungle. They hold, unblinking, for just a fraction of a second, long enough for your failing optical sensors to try and lock on, only to lose them again to the shifting foliage. Before your suit can fully process the visual, a sound tears through the buzzing cacophony. A sharp, undeniable snap. It's a twig, broken under a sudden, heavy weight, shockingly loud in the humid air. The sound isn't distant. It's close, unnervingly so, coming from a point just outside your peripheral vision, precisely where the amber eyes had momentarily vanished. The air itself seems to hold its breath, a brief, terrifying pause before the jungle's natural symphony resumes. Immediately, your suit's automated warnings, usually a calming digital voice, kick into a frantic, high-pitched alert. Threat detected. Energy signature unidentified. Proximity imminent. The low-energy warning, which has been your constant, dominant companion, is temporarily drowned out by this new, urgent blare. Your internal systems register a sudden, rapid movement, far too large and too fast for the irritating insects. It's an apex predator, and you are squarely in its sights. Your arm cannon, still sluggish and prone to power fluctuations, feels heavier than ever, a burden rather than a ready defense. You feel a primal surge, a deep, ancient instinct overriding the advanced logic of your training. It's not about analyzing optimal combat strategies or scanning for weaknesses in alien physiology. It's about basic survival, pure and unadulterated. Your body, despite the failing tech that encases it, tenses, readying for an unknown impact. Every nerve ending screams, danger. You don't know what this thing is, but you know it's hunting, and you are the prey. The stinging bites from the insects now feel like background noise, a minor nuisance compared to the focused, terrifying attention of this unseen hunter. You become hyper-aware, every subtle shift in the humid air, every rustle of leaves, a potential precursor to an attack. It's a stark reminder that no matter how advanced you are, at your core, the instinct to survive is still the most powerful operating system. You finally push past the last clinging vines, the jungle's oppressive embrace, giving way to a more open, yet equally imposing space. Before you, stark against the brilliant blue sky, rises El Castillo, the pyramid of Kukulkan. It's not just a structure, it's a presence, an immense, silent guardian radiating an almost tangible aura of ancient power. You approach its base, drawn by an irresistible pull. You reach out your armored hand, your metallic gloved fingers making contact with the carved stone. It's rough, surprisingly so, even through your sensitive plating. The surface is a tapestry of intricate carvings, each detail worn smooth by centuries of sun and rain, yet still distinct. You trace the lines, feeling the cool, gritty texture of the limestone. Your sensors, though still battling low power, manage to resolve the repeating pattern. Scales. Countless, interlocking scales, meticulously etched into the stone, leading upwards, spiraling towards the top of the colossal structure. It feels less like mere decoration, and more like a living skin, a petrified serpent emerging from the earth. An overwhelming sense of age presses in on you. It's not just the visual evidence of erosion, but a palpable weight in the air. A profound quietude that hums with the echoes of millennia. This isn't the ancient dust of a forgotten ruin. It's the solidified breath of an entire civilization, spanning longer than many starfaring cultures you've encountered. Your internal chronometer, usually precise to the millisecond, feels utterly meaningless here. This place predates galactic empires, enduring through epochs of cosmic change, silent and unmoving. The pyramid itself stands in silent majesty. Its tiered platforms rise with perfect geometric precision, each step a deliberate ascent towards the heavens. The shadows it casts are long and sharp, delineating its grandeur against the bright sunlight. You scan its colossal form, your internal system struggling to calculate its immense volume, the sheer labor involved in its construction without advanced tools. There's an undeniable intelligence in its design, a profound understanding of mathematics and astronomy embedded in its very architecture. It's a testament to ingenuity, not unlike your own advanced technology, yet utterly, beautifully different. The low energy warning in your helmet is a mere whisper against the profound silence of this colossal monument. You realize that even in the face of dwindling power, the human spirit, or perhaps semi-spirit, can create something truly eternal. You stand before El Castillo, your low energy warning a faint, distant hum against the profound silence of the structure. The sun, high above, begins its slow descent, painting the sky with deepening hues. As the angle of light shifts, something truly extraordinary begins to unfold on the pyramid's northwestern staircase. The interplay of light and shadow, sculpted by the precise geometry of the building, starts to cast an undulating pattern down the stone steps. It's not just a shadow, it's a living entity, slowly snaking its way down, morphing from abstract darkness into something unmistakably reptilian. You watch, mesmerized, as the segmented shadows coalesce, forming the distinct body of a massive serpent. Each triangle of light and shade seems to be a scale, perfectly aligned, moving with an eerie, lifelike grace. It slithers, slowly, segment by segment, towards the colossal carved stone serpent head that juts out from the base of the staircase. It's a visual miracle, a celestial projection that connects the heavens to the earth, executed with an astonishing degree of astronomical wisdom. Your advanced optical sensors, despite their damage, struggle to comprehend the precision, the sheer genius of this ancient, silent clockwork. This isn't coincidence, it's a deliberate, profound display. A visceral connection sparks within you. This isn't just a structure, it's a calendar, an observatory, a story etched in stone and light. The designers, these ancient inhabitants of Chichén Itzá, understood the cosmos with a depth that rivals, in some ways, your own advanced star charts. They translated that knowledge into an experience, a phenomenon that speaks directly to the cycles of life and time. The air around you, infused with the scent of aged limestone, carries something else now, a phantom whisper of forgotten rituals. You can almost feel the presence of countless eyes, watching this very spectacle unfold. Centuries ago, their hopes and fears tied to the sun's journey, to the serpent's shadow. The low-energy hum of your suit seems to fade into insignificance against the grandeur of this event. You are witnessing a convergence of ancient wisdom and natural forces, a testament to a different kind of power. It humbles you, making you realize that technology, while powerful, is just one way to understand the universe. There are other forms of knowledge, just as profound, that speak through light, shadow, and the patient observation of celestial mechanics. It's a reminder that true wisdom often lies in understanding the subtle, interconnected rhythms of existence. As the last segment of the serpent's shadow retreats from El Castillo, swallowed by the growing dusk, a different kind of quiet settles around you. It's an oppressive silence, not the profound hush of ancient stone, but the heavy, filtered quiet within your helmet. The buzz of insects has faded with the light, the distant jungle hum is muted, and even the low-energy warning from your suit has become a barely audible whisper. All that's left is the insistent, almost deafening sound of your own internal monologue. Thoughts, questions, fragments of memory, they all echo within the confines of your helmet, amplified by the lack of external input. Where are you, really? How far from home? How long has it been? A deep ache, cold and persistent, settles in your core. It's the ache of separation, a profound loneliness born from the realization that everything familiar is gone. Your ship, a broken metallic husk. Your mission, an aborted memory. Your entire universe, reduced to this humid, ancient planet. There's no one to report to, no fleet to signal, no known allies within light years. The feeling isn't just emotional, it's a physical pang. a hollow space in your chest, a chilling void in your very being. You look up. The sun has finally dipped below the horizon, and the vastness of the alien sky begins to reveal itself. Not the familiar constellations, not the guiding patterns you've navigated by for cycles, but a wholly new tapestry of stars. Some glimmer faintly through the lingering haze of the atmosphere, while others blaze with an unfamiliar intensity, their light having traveled across unimaginable distances just to reach this spot. They are beautiful, yes, but they offer no comfort, no sense of direction. Each unknown star is a pinpoint of further separation, a silent declaration of how truly alone you are. Your damaged sensors attempt a star map, but the data is meaningless, corrupted by the unfamiliar celestial sphere. You trace patterns with your eyes, trying to find some semblance of order, but it's a futile exercise. This sky belongs to another place, another time. The loneliness isn't just about the absence of others. It's about the absence of context, of purpose. You realize how much your identity was tied to the known, to the mission, to the comforting familiarity of the cosmos. Now, stripped of all that, standing under a foreign sky, you are left with only the raw, static hum of a lonely mind, trying to make sense of a universe that suddenly feels infinitely larger and colder than you ever imagined. As the strange, alien stars wheel slowly across the night sky, their unfamiliar patterns offering no comfort, your mind begins to drift, even through the constant vigilance required for survival. Sleep, a luxury you can barely afford, comes in fitful bursts, punctuated by the faint hum of your failing suit and the persistent, unseen sounds of the jungle. And in those moments of semi-consciousness, fragmented images begin to flicker through your mind's eye. Fleeting, brilliant vistas of galactic expanses, nebulous swirling in impossible colors, constellations you know like the back of your armored hand. You see the vast, empty blackness of space, but it's not terrifying. It's a canvas for adventure, for purpose. Then, the sensation shifts. You feel the familiar, comforting warmth of a starship cockpit, the subtle vibration of sublight engines thrumming beneath your seat. Your gloved fingers instinctively reach for a console, feeling the smooth, cool touch of the controls, the satisfying click of a switch. It's home, a sanctuary of technology and mission. The air, usually regulated to a precise temperature and humidity, carries the distinct metallic scent of your own vessel, ozone, lubricant, the faint, clean smell of advanced electronics, and the particular, subtle aroma of your personal quarters. It's a smell that speaks of journey, of safety, of your rightful place in the universe. In these fleeting dreamlike states, you're not alone. You hear the faint, crackling static of comms chatter, the reassuring voices of mission control, even the distant, abstract sounds of a bustling space station. You feel the weightlessness, the effortless glide through zero-G corridors, the gentle pull of artificial gravity. Every sensation is a stark, painful contrast to the damp earth, the oppressive humidity, and the ancient stone that surrounds you now. It's a world where you belong, where you understand, where your strength and purpose are clearly defined. But then, the metallic scent of your own vessel shifts, subtle at first, then sharper, morphing into the metallic tang of fatigue and fear that has become so familiar on this planet. The warmth of the cockpit is replaced by the humid heat of the jungle, the hum of engines by the buzzing veil of insects. And you wake, suddenly, back to the harsh reality, back to the unfamiliar stars, and the deep, aching, painful longing for home. It's a universal truth, isn't it? No matter how far you travel, or how powerful you become, there's always a part of you that simply yearns for where you belong. The humid air, heavy and still, suddenly cracks with an audible tension. Traversing a familiar path through the ruins, the rhythmic hum of your low energy, warning a barely conscious backdrop to your thoughts of distant stars. Then, without warning, the heavens unleash their fury. It starts as a few fat, isolated drops, hitting your visor with surprising force, then escalates with terrifying speed. Within seconds, it transforms into a sudden, violent, tropical downpour. It's a deluge, a solid wall of water that descends with a deafening roar, drowning out every other sound. Water hammers your visor with incredible intensity, a relentless, percussive assault that turns your vision into a distorted blur of green and gray. It's not just rain. It feels like millions of tiny, high-velocity projectiles slamming into your helmet, threatening to compromise the seals. You instinctively raise an arm to shield your optical sensors, but it's futile. The sheer volume of water is overwhelming, cascading down the ancient stone steps of a nearby structure, turning it into a roaring waterfall. Beneath your feet, the dry, crumbling limestone ground quickly dissolves into mud. Each step becomes a treacherous, sucking struggle. The soft earth, once firm enough, liquefies, pulling at your boots, making forward momentum an exhausting battle. You feel the cool, slick sensation of the mud oozing around your lower greaves, the earth itself turning against you. It's thick, cloying, clinging to your armor, adding weight and resistance to your already burdened frame. You try to find solid footing, but every surface is now either slick stone or treacherous muck. Your suit, already compromised, groans under the assault. Warning lights flash across your internal display, not just low energy, but new alerts for moisture infiltration, for sensor degradation due to water saturation. The roar of the rain is so intense, so all-consuming, that it feels like the world itself is trying to wash you away, to erase your presence. You're a metallic island in a liquid storm, your advanced technology struggling against the raw, unbridled power of a natural force. This deluge isn't just a weather event. It's a profound, humbling reminder that even the most formidable power suit is ultimately at the mercy of the planet's will, a testament to the fact that sometimes the greatest challenges come not from complex enemies, but from the simple, overwhelming force of nature itself. The deluge continues, a deafening roar that pounds against your suit. But now, a new, more menacing element enters the fray. The air, already thick with moisture, takes on a sharp, metallic tang, the unmistakable scent of ozone, potent and biting. It's a precursor, a chilling warning that raises the hairs on your arm, even through the armor. Your internal systems register a rapid spike in atmospheric electrical charge, a dangerous energy surging through the very air around you. Then, the sky rips open. A blinding flash of lightning tears through the gray, turbulent clouds, illuminating the ancient ruins with an instantaneous, stark white brilliance. For a split second, the rain-slicked surfaces of El Castillo, the surrounding structures, and the churning, muddy ground are revealed in excruciating detail, only to be swallowed again by the oppressive darkness and the hammering rain. The accompanying crack of thunder is immediate, a massive, concussive boom that vibrates through your entire suit, rattling your very bones. It feels like the sky itself is trying to shatter the world, and you are caught directly in its wrath. Beneath your feet, the treacherous surfaces become even more perilous. The stone steps, already slick with water, are now an oily, glistening trap, each footfall a potential slide. The muddy ground, churned into a viscous soup by the downpour, offers almost no purchase. You feel your heavy boots losing traction, sliding precariously with every desperate attempt to move forward. Your suit's internal gyros work overtime, protesting with strained whines, trying to maintain your balance on this watery, slick nightmare. It's a desperate scramble for cover, any cover, as another flash illuminates the scene, painting the ancient stone with fleeting, ghostly light. You push yourself, each movement a desperate gamble against gravity and the elements. The metallic tang of ozone is almost overpowering now, and you can feel the static electricity building on your armor. a subtle prickle that warns of imminent danger. Your low-energy warning, always present, now feels insignificant compared to the raw, untamed power of the storm. This isn't just about survival. It's about sheer resistance against a world that has turned hostile. A reminder that even advanced technology has its limits when pitted against the raw, unthinking force of a planet's rage. You realize that sometimes, simply enduring is the greatest victory. You finally locate a barely visible opening, a jagged crack in the base of a smaller, rain-battered structure, offering a desperate escape from the storm's fury. You squeeze your broad, armored shoulders through the narrow gap, the rock pressing tightly against your suit. It's a cramped passage, barely wider than your frame, forcing you to turn sideways, to contort your body in ways your power armor wasn't designed for. The ancient stone scrapes against your metallic plating with a metallic rasp, a harsh, grating sound that echoes in the confined space. Each inch of progress is a battle, the rough texture of the wall digging into your armor, threatening to snag and hold you fast. The darkness inside is immediate and absolute, a claustrophobic void that swallows even the faint emergency lights on your visor. Your low-energy warning, a persistent hum, feels louder here, amplified by the close quarters. The air is still and heavy, carrying a potent scent of damp earth and ancient, undisturbed dust, mingled with the faint, cold mineral tang of deep stone. It's a smell that speaks of things long buried, of secrets held tight by the earth itself. You push forward, inch by painful inch, your elbows scraping, your knees bending at awkward angles. The floor is uneven, a jumble of loose stones and packed earth, making every step tentative and off balance. You can feel the weight of the massive structure above you, an oppressive pressure that seems to shrink the passage even further. The walls feel close, almost breathing, threatening to close in. This isn't the vast, open terror of space or the sprawling wildness of the jungle. It's a focused, intimate dread, the fear of being trapped, swallowed by the earth. The only sounds are the metallic rasp of your suit against the rough stone, your own strained breathing, and the distant, muffled roar of the continuing storm outside. It's a complete shift in sensory input, a primal experience of confinement. You realize, in this moment, how much your freedom of movement defines you, how effortlessly you once navigated vast starships and alien landscapes. Now, reduced to this slow, arduous crawl through a dirt tunnel, you understand that true power isn't just about what you can destroy, but simply the ability to navigate, to persist, to push through even the tightest, most unforgiving spaces. You push through the final tight squeeze, the rough stone finally giving way. The metallic rasp of your suit against the rock ceases, and the oppressive, claustrophobic darkness suddenly expands. It's an immediate, profound release, a vast cavern opening before you, swallowing the narrow passage you just navigated. Your emergency lights, dim and struggling, flick across an expanse of ancient rock formations, revealing high ceilings and distant walls that disappear into deeper shadows. The air, which had been stale and heavy in the tunnel, now feels different. It's still cool and damp, but a new, musky scent replaces the earth and mineral tang. It smells of enclosed space, of organic material decaying slowly over centuries, and something else, a faint, almost sweet aroma that hints at hidden life, perhaps. As your eyes adjust, even with the failing visor, you begin to perceive the unexpected beauty of this undiscovered space. Stalactites drip slowly from the ceiling, their tips glistening with moisture, while stalagmites rise to meet them from the cavern floor, forming colossal, crystalline pillars that glitter faintly in your weak light. The walls are not smooth, but sculpted by eons of water erosion, creating swirling patterns and intricate formations that look like petrified waterfalls. It's a natural artistry, breathtaking in its raw, untouched grandeur. This isn't a man-made structure, it's a living monument to geological time. You move slowly, cautiously, your boots making soft, echoing thuds on the uneven rock floor. Your low-energy warning, always present, now feels almost insignificant in the face of this unexpected wonder. You try to activate your scanner, hoping to identify the faint energy readings your suit is picking up, but the display remains stubbornly pixelated, only hinting at unknown anomalies deeper within. The silence here is profound, broken only by the gentle drip of water and the soft, almost reverent hum of your own struggling systems. It's a silence that holds secrets, that has guarded this beauty for countless generations. To discover something so vast, so ancient, so utterly untouched, after the violent chaos of your crash, the struggle of the jungle, and the fear of the storm, it's a profound shift in perspective. It makes you realize that even in the darkest, most desperate moments, the universe still holds wonders waiting to be found. The act of discovery, of simply existing in an unknown place and witnessing its hidden beauty, can be a form of power, a quiet triumph in itself. You emerge from the hidden cavern, leaving behind the cool, quiet majesty of the underground. The jungle's humidity immediately wraps around you again, still damp from the recent storm, but something else has changed. A new sound cuts through the familiar drone of insects and rustling leaves. Faint, unfamiliar human voices. They're carried on the wind, indistinct at first, a distant murmur, then growing slightly clearer, revealing snatches of alien tongues, languages you've never catalogued. It's a jarring intrusion, a stark reminder that this ancient world is not entirely untouched. Your suit's audio receptors, despite their damage, try to process the incoming vocalizations, but the fractured data only confirms their unfamiliarity. They sound varied, a mix of tones and inflections, some higher-pitched, some lower, suggesting a gathering of individuals, not just a lone wanderer. The sheer unexpectedness of encountering other sentient life, after weeks of isolated survival, sends a jolt through your system, sharpening your senses. Then comes the smell. It's a complex, almost overwhelming sensory input that immediately distinguishes itself from the rich, organic scents of the jungle. Foreign perfumes, sweet and chemical, mingle with the faint, sharp tang of plastics and something else, a processed, almost artificial odor that is completely alien to the natural world you've grown accustomed to. It's a jarring contrast, a harsh assault on your finely tuned olfactory sensors. This isn't the clean metallic scent of your own vessel, or the ancient dust of the pyramids. It's the unmistakable signature of modern terrestrial human activity. You crouch low, moving with renewed caution, the low-energy warning a barely registered whisper in your helmet. Your gaze sweeps the dense foliage, searching for the source of these new intrusions. The thought of direct interaction with your damaged suit and unknown intentions creates a new kind of tension, a different kind of fear. It's not the primal threat of a predator or the elemental fury of a storm. It's the intricate, unpredictable danger of intelligence. You realize that your mission, your very existence, has suddenly become far more complicated. After adapting to a raw, natural world, the reintroduction of advanced, or even just different, civilization presents a fresh, unnerving challenge. It makes you wonder what kind of life thrives here, beyond the ancient stones and untamed jungle. You're moving slowly, cautiously through the edge of the jungle, the unfamiliar human voices growing steadily closer, a discordant symphony of foreign tongues and the sweet artificial scent of perfumes. You creep around a particularly dense thicket of bromeliads, your attention entirely focused on the sounds ahead. Then, a faint, almost imperceptible hum catches your auditory sensors, a high-pitched whine that is too precise, too mechanical to be any of the jungle's native fauna. You instinctively look up. High above the canopy, piercing through a rare break in the foliage, you see it. A modern drone. It's small, sleek, its dark composite shell reflecting the dappled sunlight, a set of rotors spinning almost silently to keep it aloft. It hovers with a mechanical grace, its optical lens, a single, unblinking eye, slowly panning across the ancient ruins in the distance, then sweeping towards the dense jungle you're concealed within. It's a flicker of advanced technology, not your own, but clearly designed for surveillance, for observation. A pang of something akin to shame, or perhaps fear of discovery, shoots through you. This isn't just a simple probe. It's a window, a direct link to the unknown civilization you've only just detected. For weeks, you've been the apex predator, the most advanced being in this forgotten corner of the galaxy. Now this small, unassuming device, with its distant, unseen operator, represents a vulnerability you hadn't anticipated. It's a ghost of the future, a reminder that the world has moved on, technologically, culturally, without you. You press yourself further into the shadows, making yourself as small and inconspicuous as possible. Your suit's damaged systems, which usually generate a faint energy signature, are now a liability. You manually try to suppress any outward emissions, a desperate attempt at cloaking, even as the drone's hum slowly drifts closer. The feeling isn't just about avoiding detection. It's a sudden, visceral need to remain hidden, to avoid revealing your anachronistic presence to a world that might not understand, or might even fear, what you are. The low-energy warning, usually so urgent, now feels almost secondary to the immediate pressing need for absolute stealth. It's a strange thing to be so powerful yet feel such a profound vulnerability in the face of mere observation. It makes you realize that sometimes the greatest challenge isn't combat, but simply remaining unseen in a world that wasn't built for you. You find a momentary reprieve deep within the cover of a dense thicket, far from the drone's hum and the distant human chatter. The low-energy warning is still a persistent whisper in your helmet, a constant drain. You're rationing your internal resources with extreme prejudice. Reaching into a damaged utility pouch on your suit, you extract what remains of your emergency rations. They're nutrient-paced, engineered for sustenance, not flavor, but even their usual blandness now seems like a distant memory. You squeeze a small, gritty blob onto your internal feeding port. The taste is profoundly metallic, like chewing on old, rusty iron, combined with a chalky, almost bitter aftertaste. It's barely palatable, an unpleasant sensation that coats your tongue and throat. There's no warmth, no richness, just the raw, unappealing flavor of pure, unadulterated survival. You force yourself to swallow. Each mouthful a conscious, almost painful effort, fighting against your own senses. Your biological systems, however, accept it eagerly, sending a brief, almost imperceptible surge of artificial energy through your core. Beneath the metallic taste, a deeper, more insistent sensation persists. The gnawing sensation of true hunger. It's a hollow ache in your stomach, a deep, persistent craving that no amount of nutrient paste seems to fully address. Your body, accustomed to a rich, varied diet, now operates on the barest minimum, protesting with continuous, low-level alarms from your internal bioscanners. The hunger isn't just physical, it's psychological, a constant, nagging presence that drains your focus, making every decision, every movement, a little harder. The psychological toll of food scarcity is insidious. It makes you hyper-aware of your dwindling supply, calculating every drop, every gram, every second of power expenditure against the finite resources remaining. You find yourself eyeing the jungle with a new kind of gaze, not just as a threat or an obstacle, but as a potential source, a place where sustenance might be found, even if it's alien and unknown. This constant awareness of lack, of the precarious balance between life and deprivation, is a relentless pressure. It makes you realize that even for the most advanced warrior, the most fundamental needs remain paramount. To survive sometimes means accepting a taste you despise and fighting not just external enemies, but the insistent demands of your own protesting body. The metallic taste of emergency rations still lingers on your tongue, a grim reminder of your dwindling supplies as you push through the humid undergrowth. Your low-energy warning continues its insistent hum, a constant drain on your already strained reserves. You've activated your suit's long-range bioscanners, despite the power cost, hoping against hope to find something. The display, usually a vibrant tapestry of life signatures, is mostly blank, pixelated static, a testament to its damage and the sparse nature of immediately consumable organic matter. Then, a flicker, a faint, distant ping on your damaged scanner. It's barely a blip, a tiny, almost insignificant signature of organic matter, but it's asterisk there. You pivot your torso, focusing the limited scope of your sensors, trying to pinpoint its exact location. The desperation for sustenance, for anything to convert into vital energy, surges through you. It's a desperate hope, a fragile thread in the tapestry of your survival. You calculate the most efficient path, even as your suit protests the additional power drain of continuous scanning. The air around you, thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, suddenly takes on a new significance. You breathe it in, deeper, trying to discern if this, potential sustenance, has a smell, a taste, a form that your internal sensors can process. The very damp earth itself seems to hum with the possibility of life, of energy. Every rustle of leaves, every shadow, becomes a potential source, a hidden cache. Your movements are more deliberate now, less about avoiding threats, and more about methodical searching, a focused hunt for the most basic of needs. You push through tangled roots and slick, muddy patches, your boots sinking slightly with each step, the low-energy hum a constant beat in your helmet. The faint ping on your scanner becomes your sole guide, a tiny beacon in this verdant, indifferent world. This isn't about grand battles or complex strategies. It's about the raw, undeniable drive to fuel your existence. The universe, in its vastness, can sometimes demand that even the most powerful being be reduced to a scavenger, searching for the most basic ingredients of life. It's a profound humbling, a vivid reminder that beneath all the technology and power, the most fundamental drives always remain. You push through the relentless humidity, the distant echo of human voices, and the gnawing ache of hunger, a constant backdrop to your existence. The low-energy warning, always present, now competes with a new, more insidious enemy, the crushing weight of the midday sun. It beats down on you with a relentless, almost physical force, turning your armored shell into an oven. Your suit's damaged thermal regulators struggle, groaning under the strain, unable to fully counteract the intense solar radiation. Inside your helmet, a bead of sweat, then another, begins to trickle down your temple. It's a shocking, uncomfortable sensation against your skin, a clear sign that your internal systems are being pushed to their absolute limit. The sweat collects along the chin line of your helmet, a warm, salty presence that irritates your skin and makes the air feel even heavier. Your suit's cooling vents, usually efficient, only manage to recirculate warm, humid air, offering little relief. The world outside your visor begins to shimmer. A dizzying haze distorts the ancient stones of Chichén Itzá, making the colossal pyramids waver and dance in your vision. The perfectly cut blocks appear to ripple, the sharp edges blurring into an indistinct, shimmering mirage. It's a visual assault, making it difficult to maintain focus, blurring the line between reality and the oppressive heat's effect on your perception. Your damaged optical sensors flicker, unable to fully compensate for the intense glare and the atmospheric distortion. The air itself feels thick, almost viscous, radiating heat that feels as though it's baking you alive. Your movements become sluggish, each step a monumental effort against the oppressive warmth. Your breath, heavy and labored, fogs your visor momentarily with each exhalation, adding to the claustrophobic discomfort. The low-energy warning, once a primary concern, now feels almost secondary to the immediate, visceral threat of overheating. You realize in this moment that even the most powerful armor is not impervious to the simplest, most fundamental forces of nature. Sometimes, the most formidable enemy isn't a monster or a hostile alien, but the very environment itself, relentless and unyielding, slowly trying to cook you from the inside out. It's a reminder that true endurance is often found in the quiet, persistent fight against discomfort. The midday sun continues its relentless hammer, a crushing weight that makes your suit feel like a forge. Sweat streaks down your face inside your helmet, and the dizzying haze in your vision persists, blurring the ancient stones into shimmering illusions. Your low-energy warning pulses with increasing urgency, a desperate plea from your failing systems. But now, the heat brings a new, more insidious enemy, a creeping disorientation that begins to warp your perception. Mirages dance on the horizon, just beyond the edges of the ancient plaza. What should be solid jungle wall ripples and wavers, transforming into impossible lakes of shimmering water, then dissolving into a rising heat haze that makes the ground appear to float. You instinctively reach out, trying to touch the phantom coolness, only for your gloved hand to meet only the hot, dry air. It's a trick of light, yes, but your mind, already stressed, struggles to differentiate between what is real and what is merely a product of the oppressive environment. Then come the whispers, carried by the suffocating heat. Faint, indistinct voices seem to brush against the edges of your auditory sensors, just beneath the hum of your struggling suit. They are not the clear alien tongues you heard earlier, but ghostly, unintelligible murmurs, like fragments of forgotten conversations. Are they echoes of the ancient inhabitants, or simply your own strained mind playing tricks? You strain to listen, to decode them, but they always remain just out of reach, teasing, disorienting. The line between reality and illusion blurs with alarming speed. Your suit's damaged sensors struggle to maintain a stable environmental reading, flashing conflicting data across your visor. The very ground beneath your feet seems to shift, solid rock momentarily becoming a fluid, unstable surface. You fight for lucidity, trying to anchor yourself to tangible sensations. The rough texture of the sun-baked stone, the metallic tang of sweat on your tongue, the desperate hum of your low energy. But the heat is a relentless adversary, slowly eroding your mental defenses, pushing you closer to a dangerous edge. It's a profound battle not against an external enemy, but against the insidious breakdown of your own perception. It makes you realize that sometimes the greatest test of strength is simply holding on to your own mind when the world conspires to steal it from you. The midday sun's relentless hammer finally gives way to the cooler shadows of late afternoon, bringing a slight reprieve from the oppressive heat and the blurring mirages. But as the external pressures ease, the internal ones intensify. A new sound emerges from within your suit, cutting through the persistent, low-energy warning. It's a persistent, high-pitched whine emanating from your left shoulder joint, a raw, grating protest of metal on metal, a clear sign of compromised articulation. Every small movement, every shift of your arm, exacerbates the sound, a painful mechanical groan from within your own shell. Then, a faint, acrid smell begins to permeate your internal atmosphere. It's the sharp, unmistakable scent of burnt wiring, a distinct chemical odor that carries an immediate, chilling implication. It's subtle at first, mingling with the metallic tang of fatigue, but it grows stronger with each strained movement, a clear indication of a deeper, more critical internal failure. Your internal environmental filters struggle to neutralize it. only managing to diffuse the odor, not eliminate it entirely. This scent, combined with the mechanical whine, ignites a growing fear of complete system failure. Your visor flickers erratically, not just with low-power warnings, but now with critical diagnostic alerts in angry red, flashing across the display. Power fluctuations are more frequent, causing brief, unsettling moments of internal darkness before the emergency lights kick back in. You can feel the suit itself protesting, the once seamless connection between you and your armor fraying, threatening to sever completely. The thought of being stranded, truly powerless, encased in a non-functional shell, is a terrifying prospect. You press your palm against the complaining shoulder joint, as if by physical touch you can somehow mend the intricate mechanisms. The metal feels warm, almost hot to the touch, another sign of internal stress. This isn't just a minor malfunction. It's a cascade of failures, each one chipping away at your confidence, at your very ability to survive. The weight of your armor, which once protected you, now feels like a burden, a complicated machine slowly giving up on its occupant. It's a profound shift in trust, a harrowing realization that the most advanced technology can be brought low by something as simple as a faulty connection or a frayed wire. And it makes you wonder how long you can truly last when your own lifeline is slowly, inexorably dying around you. The acrid scent of burnt wiring still faintly clings to the humid air within your helmet, a constant reminder of failing systems. The persistent whine from your left shoulder joint continues its protest, a grating symphony of compromise. You've sought refuge deep within a dense thicket, creating a makeshift workshop beneath the interlocking canopy, far from prying drone eyes or curious human ears. Here, the jungle is not just an adversary, it's a toolbox. You've stripped a long, incredibly resilient vine from a nearby tree. Its rough texture, fibrous and strong, feels alien in your metallic grip as you carefully, painstakingly begin to braid it, to twist and secure it around the compromised joint. It's a desperate, improvised repair, using organic material as a makeshift sealant, binding the failing mechanics of your hyper-advanced suit. The vine chafes against the smooth alloy, its natural oils leaving a faint green residue on your gloves. Each knot, each pull is a precise, delicate maneuver, testing the limits of your strength and fine motor control, trying to stabilize the protesting joint. With salvaged components from your damaged arm cannon, you work with agonizing slowness. A cracked energy conduit, barely sparking, is carefully insulated with a scrap of durable leaf, secured by thin, metallic filaments, painstakingly extracted from a discarded sensor array. The work is intricate, demanding absolute focus, even as the low-energy warning flashes insistently on your visor. You use a heated plasma torch, powered by a critical fraction of your remaining energy, to melt and reshape a fragment of hull plating, using it to shore up a weakening seam. The tiny, focused bursts of heat are a stark contrast to the cool, damp earth beneath you. The earthy scent of your makeshift workshop is a potent blend. It's the rich, organic smell of damp earth, of decaying leaves, of the raw green life of the jungle, now mingled with the faint metallic tang of your suit and the lingering acrid hint of burnt electronics. It's the aroma of pure survival, of ancient nature coexisting with desperate, failing technology. This delicate dance of repair, using primitive tools for advanced machinery, is a profound humbling. You realize that true ingenuity isn't just about creating the most complex solutions, but about finding a way to make anything work, with whatever little you have. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit, a constant drive to mend, to adapt, and to keep going, even when all the odds are stacked against you. Your improvised repairs hold, for now, a testament to desperation and ingenuity. But the sun dips below the horizon, and with it, the jungle undergoes a profound transformation. The air, heavy with humidity even in daylight, suddenly cools, dropping in temperature with an unexpected speed that makes your suit's struggling thermal regulators work overtime. It's a damp, almost chilling cold that seeps into your armor, clinging to the metallic surfaces and causing a faint, almost imperceptible condensation on your visor. Then, the jungle awakens. The familiar, daytime hum of insects recedes, replaced by a symphony of unseen calls and movements. A chorus of croaks, chirps, and rustles erupts from the dense foliage, each sound distinct, alien, and impossible to identify. Something heavy thuds in the distance, followed by a series of smaller, quicker movements in the undergrowth close by. Your damaged auditory sensors are overwhelmed, unable to filter or prioritize the cacophony, leaving you feeling exposed and vulnerable to the hidden life teeming around you. The darkness here is true darkness, an oppressive weight that presses in from all sides. Without the sun's glare, and with your power suit's lights flickering erratically due to low energy, the world outside your visor becomes an inky black void. Shapes are mere suggestions, shadows within shadows. You strain your optical sensors, trying to pierce the gloom, but it's a futile effort. It's less about seeing and more about feeling, about perceiving the world through vibration, through sound, through scent. The humid air, now cooler, carries the potent, musky aroma of nocturnal blooms, mixed with the damp earth and the sharp, animalistic tang of unknown predators. Every rustle, every distant call, creates a tension that hums through your suit, a visceral awareness of the unseen life that thrives in this profound night. The low-energy warning, always present, now feels like a solitary heartbeat in this vast, breathing darkness. You are a solitary, mechanized intruder in a world that shifts and awakens with the setting of the sun, a world that demands a different kind of respect, a different kind of fear. It makes you realize that survival isn't just about fighting. It's about adapting to the rhythms of an alien world, about understanding that true power often lies in stillness, in listening, and in embracing the profound, beautiful terror of the unknown. The jungle's nocturnal symphony surrounds you, each call and rustle amplified in the chilling darkness. Your suit's emergency lights barely pierce the gloom, making the world outside your visor a canvas of shifting shadows. Then, a sliver of moonlight, impossibly bright, filters through a sparse opening in the dense canopy. It creates an unsettling shadow play on the ground before you, painting eerie shapes that shift and distort with every gentle sway of the overhead branches. A gnarled root becomes a coiled serpent, a cluster of leaves morphs into a grasping claw, each illusion feeding the heightened tension of the night. A rustle of leaves. Not the consistent, gentle whisper of wind, but a distinct, deliberate sound. It comes from your right, then seems to move to your left, a quick, almost imperceptible displacement of foliage that suggests something moving with purpose. Your damaged auditory sensors struggle to pinpoint it, offering only a vague directional ping, but your primal instincts scream awareness. This isn't the chaotic movement of insects, nor the random falling of detritus. It's the quiet, focused movement of something larger, something sentient, something hunting. Your suit's compromised sensors, already struggling with low energy, work overtime, desperately trying to lock onto the anomaly. The low-energy warning, usually a constant, now quickens its pulse, adding to the urgency. Spectral thermal signatures flicker across your internal display, fleeting and ghost-like, too brief to identify, yet clear enough to confirm a presence. The humid air, thick with the scent of damp earth and nocturnal predators, feels charged with unseen eyes, with the silent, deadly dance of the jungle at night. A heightened sense of vulnerability washes over you. Despite your armor, despite your training, you are a single, technologically hobbled being in an ancient, living labyrinth, surrounded by unseen threats. The shadows play tricks, the sounds deceive, and your most reliable tools are failing. It's a profound, visceral fear, a return to the most basic of survival instincts. Every twitch, every shadow, every rustle holds the potential for immediate danger. You realize that true power in this primal darkness isn't about offense or defense, but about absolute, unwavering awareness, about the sheer, unyielding will to simply "Sintabi" in a world that seems designed to consume you. The jungle's nocturnal symphony, with its rustling secrets and unseen eyes, slowly gives way as you navigate towards a faint, almost imperceptible opening in the side of a moss-covered hill. You approach cautiously, your low energy warning a constant companion, but the air ahead is already shifting. It's a sudden, profound coolness, damp and refreshing, a stark contrast to the humid, oppressive heat of the jungle night. It feels like stepping into a natural refrigeration unit, making your suit's struggling thermal regulators sigh in momentary relief. As you near the cave entrance, the earthy, mineral smell grows stronger, almost pungent. It's a deep, rich aroma of wet rock, of subterranean fungi, and something else, a subtle, ancient scent that speaks of undisturbed eons. It's the smell of the Earth's raw, untamed interior, a fragrance that has remained unchanged for thousands of years. Your damaged sensors register a significant drop in atmospheric pollutants and a rise in natural cavern gases, confirming the shift into a pristine, underground environment. You step across the threshold, and the oppressive weight of true darkness immediately presses in. The low, flickering emergency lights on your visor barely penetrate the gloom, revealing only the immediate, rough-hewn stone walls and a floor slick with perpetual moisture. This isn't just another hole in the ground. It's a descent into the underworld's jaws, a passage into something ancient and powerful. You can feel the immense mass of the earth above you, a silent, weighty presence that hums with geological time. The sounds of the jungle fade behind you, replaced by the profound silence of the deep earth, broken only by the echoing drip of water and the soft, almost reverent hum of your own struggling systems. Every step you take on the uneven, damp floor sends a faint reverberation through your suit, reminding you of the vastness and the quiet power of this subterranean world. You reach out your metallic hand, feeling the cold, slick surface of a rock face covered in a fine layer of mineral deposit. This place feels untouched, sacred, a hidden sanctuary that has witnessed the passage of countless ages. It makes you realize that true strength isn't always about brute force, but about enduring, adapting, and finding unexpected sanctuary in the deep, powerful heart of a world that is completely indifferent to your existence. Sometimes, simply stepping into the unknown is a profound act of courage. You navigate deeper into the cool, damp embrace of the underworld, past glistening rock formations and echoing drips of water. Your low-energy warning is a familiar drone, a constant companion in the profound darkness. You turn a corner, and the path widens dramatically, leading into an unexpected chamber carved directly from the living rock. The atmosphere immediately shifts. A chilling silence descends, far more profound than the general quiet of the cave. It's an active silence, almost a pressure, as if the very air itself holds its breath. There are no echoing drips here, no subtle rustles, just a vast, reverent stillness that swallows every sound, even the low hum of your own suit. Your emergency lights, dim as they are, reveal carved stone altars, their surfaces worn smooth by countless touches, and walls etched with more intricate, indecipherable glyphs than you've seen on the surface. They depict somber processions, figures with ornate headpieces, and stylized depictions of the underworld itself. A faint, lingering scent reaches your internal filters. It's an ethereal, almost ghostly aroma of old incense, sweet and smoky, mingled with the mineral tang of damp stone. It's not a fresh scent, but something ancient, a residual perfume that has permeated the very rock, clinging to the air for centuries. It conjures images of smoke curling upwards, of solemn rites, of moments of profound belief and ritual that unfolded in this very space. Your advanced bioscanners, though damaged, pick up residual organic compounds on the altars, too degraded to identify, but hinting at biological presence, perhaps even blood. A profound sense of the sacred and the tragic washes over you. This isn't just a cave, it's a ceremonial chamber, a place where life and death were intimately intertwined, where grand rituals and perhaps sacrifices unfolded. You feel the weight of forgotten hopes, of fervent prayers, of silent despair that once filled this space. The ancient cultures here didn't just build temples to the sky. They delved into the earth, creating sacred spaces in the dark, believing in a vast unseen cosmos of their own. It's a humbling realization how universal the human need for meaning, for connection to something larger, truly is. And it makes you wonder about the last rites performed here, the final moments witnessed by these silent, ancient stones. It's a powerful echo of lives lived with fervent belief, a testament to the enduring, mysterious power of faith. You emerge from the chilling silence of the ceremonial chamber, back into the humid, breathing embrace of the jungle night. The sounds of unseen creatures quickly return, a constant, low thrum against the persistent whisper of your low-energy warning. You're moving with practiced caution, your senses alert, when a sudden, distinct scent assaults your olfactory sensors. It's the powerful, musky aroma of a large predator, sharp and primal, cutting through the damp earth and nocturnal bloom scents. It speaks of raw power, of coiled muscles and honed instincts, a clear declaration of undisputed dominance. You freeze, your suit's internal gyros locking in place, every system screaming immediate threat. Your gaze sweeps the dense, shadowed foliage to your right, where the scent is strongest. Then, a flicker. A brief, almost ethereal flash of spotted fur, moving with unbelievable speed and grace between two massive tree trunks. It's gone as quickly as it appeared, a phantom image against the oppressive darkness, but it was enough. The distinct rosette patterns, the powerful fluid motion, a jaguar. For a suspended moment, time seems to warp. You are an armored alien, technologically advanced, yet in that instant, you are merely another sentient being in a shared wilderness, face to face with pure, untamed power. There's no challenge, no aggression, just a profound, shared wildness. Your advanced targeting systems, even with their damage, register the incredibly fast, powerful biosignature, its movements almost too quick for your sensors to track. It's a creature of instinct, a living embodiment of this ancient, powerful world, completely indifferent to your technology, your mission, or your struggles. The air around you feels charged, heavy with the residual scent of the jaguar. Your low-energy warning pulses, a stark contrast to the effortless power you just witnessed. You don't know if it saw you, if it registered your presence, but the encounter leaves an indelible mark. It's a humbling, almost spiritual moment, a reminder that even with all your power, all your advanced technology, there are forces in the universe that exist on a different plane, governed by ancient laws and primal instincts. It makes you realize that survival isn't just about conquering. It's also about recognizing and respecting the raw, untamed power that thrives independently of your existence. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is simply witness. The musky scent of the jaguar still hangs heavy in the humid air, a potent reminder of the powerful presence you just witnessed. Your suit remains locked in place, every internal system on high alert, even as the low-energy warning continues its insistent hum. Then, from deeper within the dense thicket, a sound ripples through the jungle, a deep, guttural growl. It's not an aggressive roar, but a resonant, vibrating rumble that echoes through the very ground beneath your feet, a low-frequency wave that passes through your armor and resonates in your chest. It's a sound of assertion, of claim, a clear declaration of territory. You understand it, instinctively. This isn't a challenge, it's a boundary. A primal understanding of territory washes over you, cutting through all your advanced protocols and strategic programming. This creature, this apex predator, is simply stating its presence, marking its domain. It's a language older than any galactic tongue, a communication understood on a visceral, fundamental level. Your suit's damaged bioscanners, despite their limitations, register a powerful, stable energy signature, deep within the shadows, moving away from your position, but not retreating. It's simply going about its business, in its own domain. There's a silent acknowledgement that passes between you and this formidable force. You, the technologically advanced, intergalactic warrior, and the silent, spotted hunter of the ancient jungle. In this moment, there's no hierarchy, no contest, just mutual recognition of power, of existence. The humid air, which had felt charged with tension, now settles, imbued with a newfound respect. You remain still, your suit system slowly disengaging from full alert, allowing the distant growl to fade into the general symphony of the jungle night. This encounter, this silent communication, is a powerful lesson. It makes you realize that even when stripped of your technological superiority, basic respect for another life form, for its space, for its power, is a universal language. You don't need to dominate everything. Sometimes, simply understanding and respecting a formidable force, without engaging, is the strongest action you can take. It's a humbling reminder that on this planet, in this ancient wilderness, there are rules older than any star map, laws written in the very fabric of nature, and sometimes, the best strategy is simply to acknowledge them and move on. The musky scent of the jaguar and its resonant growl slowly fade as you continue your journey, leaving the dense jungle behind. Drawn by an inexplicable pull, you find yourself back in the central plaza of Chichén Itzá, before the colossal El Castillo. Dawn is breaking, painting the sky with soft hues, and the temptation to ascend, to gain a vantage point, becomes overwhelming. Your low energy warning persists, a constant, nagging reminder of your dwindling reserves. But the ancient pyramid presents a new, physical challenge. The ascent begins. Each step on the crumbling stone steps is an arduous climb, demanding strength you're not sure you possess. The rough texture of the ancient rock bites into your suit, grinding against the metallic plates with every strenuous upward movement. Some steps are severely eroded, forcing you to find precarious footholds, digging the edges of your armored boots into the worn stone. Dust, pale and chalky, puffs up with each deliberate placement of your foot, tasting dry and mineral on your internal filters. The sheer incline is relentless, a continuous, demanding physical exertion that pushes your weakened systems to their limit. As you gain altitude, the air around you begins to change. A steady wind, cool and refreshing, starts to whip past your visor. It tugs at your suit, a persistent, physical force that makes you lean into the climb, forcing you to brace against its invisible push. The wind carries the faintest whispers of the jungle below, mingling with the dry scent of sun-baked stone. It clears the haze from your visor, bringing a new clarity to the world, but also a dizzying sense of height and exposure. With each ascending step, the scale of the challenge intensifies. This isn't just a physical climb, it's a test, a silent, ancient dare thrown by the builders of this impossible structure. You feel the weight of countless footsteps that have traversed these very steps over millennia, a profound sense of human endurance embedded in the stone. The low-energy warning, a rhythmic pulse in your helmet, becomes a metronome to your struggle, a beat that urges you onward, upward. You realize that sometimes the greatest purpose lies not in a mission objective, but in the sheer act of overcoming a monumental, undeniable challenge, one step at a time. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes simply the act of striving is enough. You finally reach the pinnacle of El Castillo, your muscles aching, your systems protesting, but the triumphant ascent complete. The wind, now unfettered, whips past your visor, a constant, cool presence. You stand on the ancient, sun-warmed stone platform, and the world unfurls before you in a breathtaking panoramic vista. Below, stretching out to the distant horizon, is an endless, undulating carpet of green, the dense, living tapestry of the jungle canopy. It sprawls, unbroken, a testament to the sheer, untamed power of this planet's life. Tiny, distant plumes of mist rise from unseen pockets of moisture, adding to the ethereal beauty. You can still hear the faintest murmur of the jungle's awakening, a soft, distant hum that resonates with life. Your gaze sweeps across the vast expanse, and then you see it, a distant glint of water, a tiny, shimmering mirror reflecting the nascent sunlight, a hidden cenote perhaps, or a river winding through the verdant labyrinth. It's a beacon of life, of possibility in the immense green. But amidst this immense beauty, a profound loneliness settles in your core. You are a solitary figure, a silent sentinel, perched atop an ancient monument, surveying a world that is not your own. There is no one to share this breathtaking view with, no one to acknowledge your arduous climb, no one who truly understands the journey that brought you here. The vastness of the landscape, though beautiful, only serves to amplify your isolation. Your low-energy warning, a persistent whisper, reminds you of your precarious existence, a stark counterpoint to the vibrant life sprawling below. You turn your head, slowly, taking in the full 360-degree spectacle. The sky above is a canvas of deepening blues, slowly transitioning from dawn's soft hues to the brighter promise of day. The other ancient structures of Chichén Itzá appear as miniature models, silent witnesses to the passage of time. It's a moment of solitary contemplation, a profound juxtaposition of your own fragile existence against the enduring, indifferent majesty of the world. You realize that even in the face of such overwhelming beauty, the human spirit, or perhaps any sentient spirit, carries an intrinsic loneliness, a fundamental separation that no external grandeur can completely fill. But there's also a quiet strength in that solitude, a deep appreciation for simply being present in such an extraordinary moment. You descend from the heights of El Castillo, the panoramic vista still etched in your memory, a silent companion to your renewed journey. The jungle canopy closes in again, and the pervasive humidity returns, thick and heavy. You are drawn back to the cenote, the one you glimpsed from above, now an active destination. As you approach the massive, circular opening, swallowed by dense foliage, the air changes dramatically. It becomes heavy, still, almost devoid of movement, as if the very atmosphere is holding its breath around this sacred space. A faint but distinct smell reaches your internal filters, a potent mix of decay and minerals. It's a deeper, richer decay than you've encountered in the jungle floor, a cold, almost metallic odor that speaks of organic matter submerged for centuries, intertwining with the earthy, mineral tang of wet limestone. It's the scent of history, preserved in liquid, a profound aroma that suggests both life and death, eternally intermingled. Your damaged bioscanners, despite their limitations, register a complex array of submerged biological signatures, too varied and too deep to fully identify. You stand at the edge of the cenote, looking down into its depths. The surface of the water is dark, reflective, like a massive obsidian mirror. It offers no transparency, no welcoming shimmer of light. Instead, it holds secrets, reflecting only the jagged rock formations of the cavern above, and a distorted image of your own helmeted reflection. It's an impenetrable veil, hinting at the vast, unknown world that lies beneath. The low-energy warning, a persistent hum, resonates with the ancient quiet of this place, a stark reminder of your vulnerability at the precipice of such profound mystery. The air around you, heavy and still, seems to amplify the silence, making the distant sounds of the jungle feel impossibly far away. You reach out a gloved hand, brushing your fingertips against the cool, damp stone edge of the cenote, feeling the sheer drop into the unknown. This isn't just a body of water. It's a portal, a gateway into the murky depths of sacred history, a place where the veil between worlds feels thin. It makes you realize that true understanding often lies not in what you can see, but in what you can feel, in the profound, unspoken narratives held within the deep, silent places of the world. And sometimes, the most compelling mystery is simply the one that lies just out of sight, waiting to be discovered. You stand at the edge of the cenote, the heavy, still air surrounding you, thick with the scent of decay and minerals. The dark, reflective surface of the water, a massive obsidian mirror, holds your gaze, drawing you into its depths. Your low-energy warning is a faint, persistent hum, a reminder of your own fragile presence at the precipice of something ancient. Then, as your vision strains to pierce the murky surface, aided by your suit's struggling optical enhancements, you begin to perceive movement beneath the dark water. Glimpses, fleeting, spectral shapes just beneath the surface, distorted by the water's ripple and the limited light. You see what looks like fragmented pieces of submerged pottery, their smooth, curved edges barely visible through the green-tinged murk. Your damaged sensors struggle to get a clear read, but the shapes are unmistakable, remnants of human craftsmanship, now silent inhabitants of this watery grave. You lean closer, your reflection merging with the ghostly artifacts. Your mind, fueled by the primal energies of this place and the lingering scent of ancient rituals, begins to imagine more. A faint shimmer of gold, just beyond your visual range, an illusion woven from the interplay of light and water, and the deep, rich history of this place. You see not with your eyes, but with a deeper part of your consciousness, the vibrant colors of offerings, the glint of precious metals sacrificed to unseen deities. It's an imagined tapestry of wealth and devotion, swallowed by the profound darkness of the cenote. A chilling sense of lives given, of sacrifices made, settles around you. Not just objects, but people. The profound stillness of the water, the dark reflective surface, becomes a mirror to countless acts of faith, of desperation, of reverence. You feel the weight of those unspoken stories, the silent pleas, the solemn farewells. It's a deep reverence for the past, for the choices made by those who came before, a poignant reminder of the universal human tendency to seek connection with the divine, even at immense personal cost. This cenote isn't just a natural wonder, it's a repository of profound belief, a silent witness to millennia of human devotion and sacrifice. It makes you realize how deeply intertwined humanity's spirit is with the earth, with the water, and with the eternal quest for meaning, even when it demands the ultimate price. You trek through the humid jungle, the lingering scent of decay and minerals from the cenote still clinging to your armor, a constant reminder of the profound history you just witnessed. Your low-energy warning continues its persistent hum, a familiar, almost comforting drone that has become the soundtrack to your solitary survival. Your suit's long-range scanner, usually a power drain, is activated out of pure desperation, sweeping the dense biological clutter for any sign of anything. Then, a flicker. Not the usual static, or the overwhelming green signature of the jungle. This is different. A faint but distinct energy signature appears on your damaged display. A single, hopeful blip, far out on the periphery of your range. It's weak, barely registering above the background noise, but it's clearly artificial, structured, unlike any natural energy source you've encountered on this planet. It's an impossible signal, a ghost in the machine, and yet, it's there. A surge of adrenaline, sharp and immediate, courses through your biological systems. Your heart rate spikes, the internal regulators struggle to cope, and a sudden, intense focus snaps into place. The gnawing hunger, the pervasive fatigue, the loneliness, all momentarily recede, replaced by a singular, electrifying sensation. This isn't just an anomaly, it's a possibility. A chance. Your fingers instinctively clench, a primal response to the unexpected hope that this faint signal represents. On your tongue, you taste it, a dry, almost chalky flavor that isn't from your rations or the metallic tang of fatigue. It's the taste of dry hope, a raw, almost physical manifestation of the sudden, desperate optimism that this signal ignites. You pivot your entire body, aiming your suit's weakened antenna towards the source, trying to gain a clearer lock to gather any more data. The low-energy warning, usually so urgent, now feels like a challenge, a barrier to be overcome in the pursuit of this tantalizing possibility. It's a profound shift in momentum, a sudden, powerful reawakening of purpose. After weeks of pure survival, of merely existing, this signal offers a glimpse of something more, something beyond the immediate, something that might finally lead you home. It's a powerful reminder that even the faintest spark can reignite the deepest drive within you. The faint, artificial energy signature on your long-range scanner persists, a tiny, unwavering beacon in the dense jungle. The adrenaline that surged through you earlier now settles into a steady, burning resolve, igniting a renewed determination deep within your core. Your low-energy warning continues its insistent hum, but it's no longer a drone of despair. It's a challenge, a resource to be managed, a problem to be solved on the path to this new objective. You push forward, your body responding with a force that belies your weeks of deprivation and damaged systems. The metallic echo of your own footsteps quickens, crunching through damp leaves and soft earth, a steady, rhythmic cadence against the jungle's natural sounds. Each stride feels more purposeful, less a struggle, and more a direct, unyielding trajectory towards the distant signal. The sticky resistance of jungle vines, the uneven ground, the oppressive humidity, they are still present, but now they are merely obstacles to be overcome, not insurmountable barriers. The sun begins its slow descent once more, painting the sky with deepening hues of orange and purple, marking the end of another day on this alien world. But this time, as dusk settles, it's not accompanied by the usual profound loneliness or the creeping dread of the nocturnal jungle. Instead, there's a new purpose. The distant signal, faint though it may be, acts as a guiding star, pulling you forward with an irresistible force. The humid air, now cooling slightly, seems to carry a different weight, lighter, imbued with the promise of discovery. You continue your relentless march, your internal chronometer ticking off the precious remaining hours of daylight, each one an opportunity to cover more ground. The image of that tiny blip on your scanner, that flicker of distant power, becomes a tangible goal, a focus that sharpens your mind and galvanizes your body. It's a profound shift, isn't it? To move from simply surviving to actively pursuing a goal. To find that even when your technology is failing, your body is protesting, and your home is light years away, a single spark of possibility can reignite the entire drive to endure, to keep fighting, to find a way, no matter the cost. It's a remarkable thing, this unyielding will. The faint, artificial energy signature guides your steps through the deepening twilight of the jungle, a steady, unwavering point of focus. You push forward, each movement driven by renewed determination, but the journey has left its marks, etched deep. You can feel the wear and tear on your suit, not just through the visual alerts on your damaged visor, but through every creak and protest of its overstressed joints. The brilliant, pristine chrome of your original armor is now dulled, scarred by countless scrapes against rough stone and abrasive jungle foliage. Deep gouges score the metallic plates, mementos of impacts and falls, patches of rust, a persistent enemy in this humid environment. Bloom in the microscopic cracks, stubbornly clinging to the once perfect surface. The rough texture of the vine makeshift sealant around your left shoulder joint, your earlier improvised repair, presses against the inside of your armor, a constant, physical reminder of your desperate efforts. You feel the persistent low thrum of failing internal components, an almost rhythmic beat that underscores the physical aches that permeate your entire being. A dull throb radiates from your knees, a lingering ache in your back, the cumulative toll of endless walking, climbing, and fighting. A deep-seated fatigue has settled into your bones, an exhaustion that goes beyond mere tiredness. It's a weariness that permeates every cell, a profound drain on your biological core that no amount of rest seems to fully alleviate. Yet, despite this overwhelming fatigue, despite the physical pain and the failing technology, something else resonates. A powerful, unwavering sense of resilience. It's the stubborn refusal to give up, the deep-seated will to endure, even when every fiber of your being screams for respite. The metallic tang of fatigue is a permanent resident on your tongue, and the low-energy warning is a constant companion in your ears. But now, they are not signs of impending doom, they are testament to your unyielding strength. The scars on your suit are not just damage, they are a reflection of your journey, a chronicle of every challenge overcome, every blow absorbed. It's a remarkable thing, this capacity to persist, to find strength, even in the face of profound weakness. It makes you realize that true power isn't about avoiding scars, it's about carrying them, about the story they tell, and the unyielding spirit that endures despite them all. You take a momentary pause at the edge of the jungle, the faint energy signature on your scanner still pulling you forward, but you allow yourself one final look back. The ancient ruins of Chichén Itzá stand silhouetted against the nascent light of dawn, colossal and silent. They are no longer alien, no longer merely an unexpected landmark on a foreign planet. Now they are understood. Each jagged peak, each weathered carving, each sun-baked plaza resonates with the echoes of your own struggles and discoveries. You've walked their paths, felt their cold stone, witnessed their celestial secrets. A profound shift in perspective has taken root within you. The pyramids, once symbols of a forgotten primitive past, are now monuments to an enduring human spirit, a testament to ingenuity, faith, and the will to create something magnificent in the face of an indifferent cosmos. Your advanced technology, once a source of unquestioning superiority, has been humbled, forced to adapt, to salvage, to find ingenious solutions in the heart of this ancient world. You've learned lessons here that no star chart, no combat simulation could ever teach. The humid air, fresh with the dew of dawn, carries a mixture of scents: the damp earth, the distant sweetness of jungle blooms, and the faint, persistent metallic tang of your own battered suit. This complex aroma is no longer just a collection of environmental data. It's the smell of your own transformation, of the raw, visceral experience that has fundamentally altered you. Your low-energy warning, a persistent hum, becomes a quiet acknowledgement of your continued fight, a soundtrack to your enduring resilience. As you turn away, preparing to follow the distant signal into the unknown, there's a silent promise that settles deep within your core. You will never be truly the same. The universe is vast, and your journey will continue, but the wisdom gleaned from this ancient place, the scars etched deep into your suit and your spirit, will forever be a part of you. This isn't just a planet you crash-landed on. It's a crucible that forged a new understanding of strength, of vulnerability, and of the enduring spirit that connects all life, across all time and all stars. It's a powerful thing to be so utterly changed by a place, isn't it?